from whether from the morning bit of the world, afternoon bit of the world, evening bit of the world. Good afternoon. I'm excited to come your way again today. My name is Sheila, and I'm the host of Podcast with Sheila, the podcast that is spreading positivity around the world by sharing inspiring life experiences. Today, I'm excited to come your way, and I'm asking the question now: who is in your circle? Do you know who is in your circle? Quite quickly, we're going to be talking about that, and I'm going to let you go. I'm going to be here briefly because I want to begin to get to know our podcast family and establish a relationship as we go forward from here. I'm excited to come your way again today because we're introducing our 88th episode with our guest, Susan Peters. That's going to be airing today, anytime from now till evening. Do well to watch it, and if you like it, be careful to share it with your friends, your families. Please put them on your timelines, on your status, wherever you think anybody will have access to it. Let them have a view of it as well. Let everybody drop their comments in their comment section below for myself and my lovely guest. I really enjoyed interviewing Susan because I think there are few things or few experiences she's encountered in life that lines up with mine. Sometimes you may be going through something and the other part of the world, someone else is going through exactly a similar thing on the other side of the world. But when we come together and we share experiences, we see where the strengths are, and we also be able to align the things that we did that was right and help us bounce back up when we reach rock bottom. So I'll be excited for you to view that. Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you're watching me now and you've not subscribed to Podcast with Sheila, what are you waiting for? Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell at the bottom, at the right hand bottom, just so that you'll be notified anytime a new episode is released. So in this episode, Susan has shared with us how she reached rock bottom and nearly took her life. So at some point in her life, she was holding bleach. I think she said she was holding bleach in one hand, ready to take it and ready to drink of it and take her life when she heard an inspiring story, and that was what turned her life around. And I'll be excited for you to watch these. Most of us may have reached this point in life at some point in time, and we all had done different things to come out of it. For mine, I think I also shared the point where I had also reached rock bottom, and I would always say that I've had enough. I've had enough. I think I said it once, and I shared it in the story that I'd said that I'd had enough, and at some point I'd openly said it, and my mom wept that day. But when I met my husband, I think I told him as well that I had enough. And my husband was, for me, my turning point. He was my source of encouragement. He was the one who said, oh, don't do that. If there's life, there is hope. And today, there are a lot of things that I've been able to achieve this day that when I look back in time, I'll say that what would have been of me, of my story, if I had taken my life back then. So if you're at this point in your life, you happen to chance on this video, let me be the positive voice speaking to your inner self today, telling you that do not give up. Do not give up. A lot of great people living today, living their life in full, living the kind of life they expect to live, have at some point in their life reached the same place you are at now. And I believe they were contemplating, should I end it? Should I not end it? And they had taken the positive step or action towards trying to make it better. So don't end it. If you reach rock bottom, that could be the lowest you could go. You couldn't go any further. The only thing left for you is to push yourself back up and let some of these stories we've shared over the years be the positive story for you to know that if others have done it, you will be able to do it. So please stay tuned. And don't forget to tune in to Podcast with Sheila at some point today and be one of the first people to watch this full story about Susan Peters and how she was able to turn her life around to be living the life of her dreams. Now let's move on to the story for today and the reason why I'm on live today, asking you for the second time, who are those in your circle? Do you know those in your circle? Are you aware of those in your circle? Do you trust them well enough to be able to trust them with your life? Do you think they are genuinely there for you? Will they be there for you in your very time of need when you need them? Are they genuine friends in your life? Are they in your life because of something they're hoping to take away from you, or they are there because they really love you as a person for who you are and not from what they are getting from you? Sorry. So from my story today, I have at some point in my life become acquaintance with somebody. Growing up, I used to think that if I had not done anything bad to anybody, nobody then has the right to do anything to me bad. But I have grown through experience to know that that is entirely not true. Or if I should say, absolutely not true. Because it is when you've not done anything to anybody, that is when they'll be doing to you, or that is when they are thinking evil for you. And this is my personal story. So it may not be the case with anybody. But if this lines up with some experience you've been through, or you know anybody who is going through that kind of thing, obviously, then you could be able to share it or talk to them about it. Because I have learned my lessons from this bitter experience. And I believe that if somebody is at this point going through it, they don't have to go through the whole experience. And basically, that is what Podcast with Sheila is about. To listen to some of these experiences of other people and then be able to make light of it when you are there, or when you know that there's somebody there who needs to listen to people who have been there, done it, and are now living it. So I had at some point in my life become acquaintances with this person. I would go to the person's house, and because we stayed there longer, would eat and all of that. On one of the occasions we had gone there, this person has served us with food. And straight away, I was able to tell that something had been dropped in my food. But this kind of thing is kind of going on a lot these days in the world. Quite recently, I was speaking to my auntie, and she was telling me of a young lady who's lost her life because she had gone out with friends and stood up to go and use the ladies, came back, and her drink had been dragged. Will I say dragged? Well, some substance had been dropped into the drink, and when she took it, she lost her life. And our world this day has become a chaotic world, a world that you can not vouch for 100%, because people are what they are and we cannot change them. But I think as human beings, the best we can do is to always be watchful, be wise. My husband would say, let your antennas be high up there, so that you're very, very careful of your surroundings and the people you are surrounded yourself with. So going forward, my food was dragged. I got to know it. But at some point in my life, I was always having constant headaches. And these were not just headaches, these were migraine type of headaches, severe migraine types of headaches, the kind of headache that won't go away even when you've taken the most strongest of pain reliefs. Those were the kind of headaches I was experiencing. At some point in time, I went to see my GP. They did all the assessment, and they said the only thing left now is to go for an MRI scan. So I'd gone to do the MRI scan, and thankfully, the MRI scan came up positive, like there was nothing wrong with my head. But on realizing that my food was always being dragged, or something was being dropped in my food, I had to cut ties with this person. Surprisingly, thank God, I don't have these headaches again. After I'd stopped meeting this person, or after I've severed my relationship with this person and don't get to eat from them or have any contact with them, my headaches have stopped, and I'm very grateful to God for that. Of course, through a lot of prayers and fasting and all of that, I've been able to cross this bridge or barrier or whatever that came my way. Somebody may not be fortunate enough to come out of such a situation. I know people who have gone into this kind of situation I'm narrating now and not been able to come out of it. So my caution now, as I throw it out there, is for us to be careful of the people we surround ourselves with, to be very careful of the people we call our friends, to be very careful of the people we think we can trust. Because surprisingly, I don't want to be the person professing doom or anything like that, but people have overly proving that they cannot be trusted. Even when you think they cannot be trusted. People have become jealous, very envious of others, that they will go at any length, including killing you, to achieve what they have. Sometimes they would even go out, because they don't want you in the picture, just take you out because you're a challenge to them of some sort, just take you out. And it doesn't mean that taking you out will make them any better, but at least they don't get to see you, get to hear of you, get to see that you're progressing, all of that. So they'll just cut your life short. But my prayer for you today, as you listen to me, that if you have any such person within your circle, and if you've not been able to figure that person out, that your eyes will be opened after listening to me today, to be able to figure them out, out and then cut away from them. I pray for strength for you as you listen to me. I pray for wisdom for you. I pray that your eyes will be open, your ears will be open. I pray that your mouth will be as sharp enough to be able to speak back to them and let them know that what you're doing is not right. I pray that you prosper beyond all bounds. I pray that the Lord that I serve will be your strength, your battler, your shield. And I pray that every step of the way that you'll prosper and you'll be in good health. I pray for the right kind of people around you, people who will only lift you up and not those who will bring you down. People who will help you attain your vision, your dream, your goal, and become a positive impact into society. I pray that this day, everything that will touch will be blessed, that the Lord will bless your baskets and your kneading trough. You're going out and you're coming in. God will bless everything around you. That I pray that wherever the soles of your feet will tread, that the Lord will give it unto you, that you'll be a leader, you'll be a lender and not a borrower, that you'll be above and not beneath. And when you find yourself above, remember to bring others up with you. Always remember that there is more room at the top. The bottom is crowded. Aim for the top. Together, yourself and myself will make the world a better place. I love you and I'm going to leave you today. But what I'm saying to you is don't forget to come back to this channel to watch our recent episode 88, with very lovely Susan Peters that will be airing today. Take care and have a brilliant day. Bye.